We're in tax class for a few minutes, then we're going to pass the advanced test. Jonathan and Co. and Clayton, you've all passed the basic, right? All right, we're going to pass the advanced today. Sarah and I, that same day, we went through the pre-test, and she took it that day, and I don't know if she made 95 or 100 or something. So I took it yesterday and made 97 and a half. It's not really that hard. So let's go to the pre-test. Now, the one on the computer is exactly like the pre-test. So let's start with page 49. Nope, that's basic. Don't start with page 49. Let's start with page 57. Okay, now, I know we got through half of these the other day, but we're going to look at the answers real quick up to where we start. So next Wednesday is our night out, okay? We're already booked up. Probably close to 30 people. People calling every day. And I got to have these advanced certificates, and then I will sign in. I'll send that to him. I got to send him my coordinator certificate and a couple other forms I have to email him. That's the fellow in Charleston. Now, one day I'll have to take all of you to my office, and you have to go into my program, and I have to add you, and you have to make up a password, username and password for my program. So I got all three of you here to do that. I'm hoping Hillary will be here. That'll be 4. Terry, if you can't come in to do that, then you and Sierra contact one another and give her a password and username. She'll put it in for you. And Savannah, same thing for you. Savannah's not in this class, but she's in the VITA. She knows the ropes, though, and her and Sarah can communicate. So now we're on page 957. Was the first answer A? 2, room and board is a qualified educational expense, true or false? We learned that back in principles. Sean is able to claim the credit for other dependents for Sonia. Now, this other dependent thing is new to me, how they're handling other dependents, but that is true, isn't it? Who can claim Sean, number 4, as a qualified child for the earned income credit? Which one? Everybody have D? That's correct. 5, which of the following statements is true? Do you all have B corrected? B, I have B. I missed one. I don't know how I missed one. I think there were 2 different amounts, and I just missed it one. I guess wrong. Number 6, who can Tom and Carol claim as a qualifying child for child tax credit? You all have B? Benjamin. 7, which credits are Tom and Carol eligible to claim? Which ones y'all have?
A and B.
Okay, I've got A and B, but I had some X's on there. I wasn't sure. All right, now moving on over to 8 and 9. Bill does not qualify to claim which of the following? Is it B, educational benefits? Which one is it?
We have to.
You have what? Oh, all the above. Yeah, I've got a big circle around that, but I also had a circle around B. And all right, number 9. What is the maximum amount of refundable additional child tax credit? Now that's $1,400 right? If we were taking the other test, makeup pre-test, it would put that in a true and false and say it's $1,400 correct. Sometimes you can take both tests and get the amount without working out the forms. The way I did a couple of them yesterday before I took the test. You know, you will have to look at W-2s. You'll get familiar with them as we go. Now, number 10, which allowable filing status is most advantageous? Did y'all put A? You all know you can, a qualifying widow, you got to have a child, and you can do that for 2 years. The day of death is a joint return. Number 11, Howard qualifies Fran for which of the following? Do you all have C circled? And number 12, what's the amount of Fran's child independent care? You see, that's a form 2441, and it works out your income and a percent, and you can only claim $3,000 per child up to $6,000. In time you take that by percent. Do y'all have C, 660? 13, what is the total amount of qualifying educational expenses used in the calculation? What y'all have?
3,300.
All right, we're going to go with that. There was another amount, and I think I went with the other amount and missed it. All right, I should have stuck with what we worked out that day. What is the amount of Fran's individual shared responsibility payment? Number 14, do you all have B, 695? That's health insurance. How much is Fran's federal withholding? 15. Do you all have D, 2520? Now, is that as far as we got? All right, let's keep going then. 16, cancellation of debt is B, other income. You all have B? That's easy. We had that before. Which exception can Fran use to avoid the 10% additional on early withdrawal from an IRA? If you're not 59 and a half, you got to be B, distribution made for higher education. 17 is B. 16 is B. Hildy, I hope you and Terry are getting this. Okay, Hildy, you didn't text me today. You usually text me when you're missing. And so does Terry. 18, Ryan qualifies the Donnelly for which of the following credits? Did you all have D, A, and B, earned income credit, credit for other dependents? 19, Murray and Ryan did not have health care coverage and qualified, but I think they did have it for 10 months. So what's your answer? B, short-term coverage? Yeah, you can have it for, I forget how many months, 8, 9, or 10 and qualify. 20, what is the total net amount of capital gain or loss shown on Schedule D? Do you all have C, 743? Yeah. Now back up to number 19 for a moment. This should be done away with next year. It was voted out of law, but it's probably okay for 18. But since the act passed that year, but it will not be around for 2019. You do not have to buy health insurance. You don't have to pay a penalty and none of that. So 20 is 743. 21, what is the combined age used to calculate the taxpayer taxable portion of pensions using the simplified plan? Now, we know we'd look at Murray and John, and we'd go to the tables, and we'd add up their ages, and what do you get there? 21.
That's where we stop.
All right? Now, I want you to go to 21 on the next test. On the makeup pre-test. You find it? Read that to us, Clayton.
The bond age used to calculate the taxable portion of the pension using the simplified method is 120.
And that's where I got my answer, and that is the answer. All right, number 21 is 129. Number 22 is Matthew's Social Security income taxable. A, yes, a portion of Social Security income is taxable. But now, usually if you're single, you got over 25,000, you have to pay taxes on it. A portion of it, up to 80% of it. But I did my ex-wife, girlfriend, domestic partner's tax return yesterday. She got back a lump sum settlement of $75,000. Plus she got her Social Security of about $22,000. Plus she had a little retirement of $5,000. She had over $100,000. And I told her way back that she'd probably have to pay between 5 and 10,000. Some would be 10%, some would be 15. But I ran it through yesterday and I remembered lump sum distributions, even in certain other retirements that you could prorate it. So I've got TurboTax, and that TurboTax actually let me prorate it. But now her Social Security statement, it had about 100,000 on it, but it had the portion that she was paid back pay for 2014, 15, 16, 17. And none of those years did she have any taxable income. So TurboTax let me put that amount in for those 4 years, and she ended up on 102,000 income, whatever, paying zero taxes. In the state of West Virginia, you don't pay taxes on Social Security anyway. Now, West Virginia, I believe you do. So, but now these West Virginians, if they want to pay taxes on Social Security, they'd have to move to another state. Okay. I need to move to Tennessee when I retire, so I don't have to pay state income taxes at all. Okay, now where were we? Number what?
We just did.
20, 129, 22, I said yes. 23, the Donnellys want to split their refund between savings and checking. That is A, complete form 8888. Okay. What is the total income tax withheld on the tax return? You can add those up, but it's 4146, 4146. Did you already have 4146? Y'all went through there, great. Number 25, what income must Austin report for his business on Schedule C, profit or loss statement? All right, D is income reported on Form 1099 miscellaneous and Form 1099K, and the cash tip income from his customer. So D, that's what he reports on Schedule C. 26, what is his mileage expense deduction? Now, Sarah and I worked this one out. He had so many miles. I believe it's 54.5 cents a mile. Jonathan, did you all get that worked out? Clayton? Well, it's B, 14,753. B, 14,753. Which items can be deducted by Austin as a business expense? A, B, and D, all of them but lunch. He can deduct bottled water for customers. He can deduct safe driving fees, and he can deduct GPS. What's he, an Uber driver? Do we have any Uber drivers around here, guys? When I went, took a motor home, first stop was St. Louis, and our campground was quite a distance from the zoo. We probably had a campground, St. Louis, I don't know if it's Kentucky, St. Louis, Illinois. Across the river is St. Louis, Missouri. So we called Uber drivers, and they were cheaper than cabs, and more friendly. We called a cab one time, and I think his vehicle was 200 years old. They didn't even make them back then, but he had an old Lincoln. That thing was about to fall apart. It was dirty as sin, and we didn't call any cabs anymore. We got Uber. Uber drivers have pretty nice cars. All right. So 27 is A, B, D. 28. How does Austin's self-employment tax affect his tax return? It's D. The self-employment tax is added to other taxes, and 1/2 of the amount is shown as an adjustment. Now, Austin's qualified business income deductions reduces the self-employment tax. That's false. That's number 29. Now we're over to number 30. Self-employed health insurance deduction is claimed as a business expense on Schedule C, and that is false. You're going to take it off as an adjustment on the 1040. 31, Austin indicates he is not able to pay the entire balance due by the due date. What does he do? He can do A, he can do B, and he can do C. D is the answer. 32. If Roberta itemizes, what amount is she able to deduct for state income and real estate taxes? A flat $10,000. That is B. Number 33. If Roberta chooses not to itemize, how much is her standard deduction? It's $18,000. Now, for Jonathan this year, it'd be 12. If Jonathan were married, it would be 24. If Jonathan had a kid and not married, he'd be head of household, it'd be 18. Head of household is 18. 34. Which of Roberta's expenses qualify as itemized deductions? She can take B and C and D. B, C, and D. Now, she would have taken that $50 and donated to her church and asked the church to donate that $50 to her friend. She could have taken the deduction. There's ways around some of these, but your answer is B, C, D. Number 35, Roberta's earned income credit was disallowed 2 years ago. How much does that impact her 18 return? Now, this one I wasn't up on either. B, she must file Form 8862, information to claim earned income credit after disallowance with her return. So B, that's the last one, folks. Take this book with you. We're going upstairs to 310, and we're going to pass the advanced test. All right? So, you folks that are videoing today, it's just been about a 20-minute video, and have a good weekend. Tuesday, we will start on chapter 14, credits. We need to review those. Wednesday night, we start tax return.